Hi, everybody. It's Danielle here with the Shadow Weaver podcast. And today we have my very special friend, Ethan Quinlan, who is the owner of Wulf Paranormal, my bad.
What's up, everybody?
Hi, Ethan!
How you doing? Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
Okay, yay! I'm so excited. I got it to work. Thank goodness.
Hell yeah.
All right, wait. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go.
There
Okay, so like I told you before, I'm winging this. We're winging this.
Yeah, we're all good. No
We're
worries.
all good. So let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, cool. Okay, so tell me first a little bit about yourself and then how you started getting into paranormal and ghostly things.
Well, so I saw my first ghost when I was 5 years old.
Tell me about that.
So I lived in this old house in this place called Ridge, Maryland, which is the middle of nowhere. If you ever heard of Point Lookout State Park, Point Lookout Lighthouse, it's about maybe 2 miles from there. We lived in this old farmhouse with Mom and I, and her roommate and her son, who was also my age. And the house was built in 1890.
Ooh.
So already some weird stuff going on there. And when we first moved in there, the first thing the realtor said to my mom was, by the way, there's a ghost here. So just to warn you. And my mom was like, okay, whatever. So we moved in and weird things started happening here and there.
Tell me what you remember.
So the first thing that ever happened to me that was weird, I was watching Nickelodeon one day, like as we're moving in. And it was the slime time, like when they would dump slime on people.
I remember that.
And I was watching that. I was in the house by myself, and everybody was outside, getting stuff from the car to bring inside. I went outside to talk to my mom about something, and I came back inside, and the TV was off. And I was like, okay, well, who turned the TV off? That's not cool. I was like, Mom, why'd you do that? She's like, I've been outside the whole time. What are you talking about? But we had a gas stove, and it would turn on by itself. My mom got ready for work one day, and a candle flew off the top of the TV and rolled right to her feet and stopped before it touched her feet.
So that's very dangerous.
It was a very malevolent spirit. But actually, so the first official night that we were moved in there, the carnival was right down the street. We walked to the carnival, my mom and her friend and her son. And as we were walking back, like I still remember the carnival. Like I remember that whole night. I was 5 years old, but I remember everything very clearly. We were walking back up the dirt driveway, and I was on my mom's shoulders, and her friend had her son on her shoulders. And or they both kind of like slowed down and were like talking to each other very quietly. And come to find out, before we had left the house, my mom is big on Yankee candles.
Yes.
She loves candles. So I guess she was talking to her friend about this new scent that she got.
Yeah.
And she said like, oh, this is my favorite scent ever. I love this so much. And then set it back down. Well, as we're walking back up to the house, the candle that she was talking about previously before we left was in the windowsill lit. Lit. And she didn't light it. She didn't light it.
Crazy. So we would call that a poltergeist.
It's something crazy,
That is crazy.
But
oh my gosh.
So eventually it all led up to this one week. I was in bed with my mom because I slept with her. I was 5. And I woke up. And so the way the room was, so like if you're laying in bed, like in front of you is a wall, and then along the wall to the left at the very end of the wall is the doorway. Okay. So that door was open, and she left the hallway light on because of ghosts, I know now. But because the hallway light was on, I could see this figure at the foot of the bed. And he had a top hat and a trench coat. The Hat Man.
The Hat Man.
I know now it's the Hat Man. I didn't know that for years until I really delved into the paranormal and did my research on things.
Yes.
And come to find out he's seen all over the world.
Yep. Which
is insane to me. But I saw him standing there, and I was just looking at him for a few minutes. I didn't know what to think because, there's a man in the house. My first thought was, is this my dad? Like, what's my dad doing here? because they were split up at the time.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah, I'm like, so what the hell's going on here? But like we had like a staring contest for however long, and then he began. This it sounds very fake, but I promise you, like I've told this story my entire life. The details have never changed ever since I was 5 years old. You know, you could think like, well, he was 5. You know, maybe he was dreaming, or maybe the memory gets distorted over time.
Yeah.
It's never changed. He was standing there.
Hunter.
It's Hunter. But he put his arms out to the side, like in like a Jesus, like the crow kind of pose.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he began to fall onto the bed, like over top of me, which was very weird. But like he fell in a way. So like imagine like in a movie, someone falling, but their feet don't leave the ground, but their body lurches forward.
Kind of like Michael Jackson. Have you ever seen him do
that? Yeah, exactly like that. Yeah.
Floor?
Exactly like that. So he did that and I flinched and then he was gone. And I don't know, remember anything after that. I don't know if I fell asleep or if I stayed up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the last straw for us moving out of the house was my mom saw him also in the same room during the same week. Except this time he was in the doorway watching her sleep.
Okay.
So
Hunter had the Hat Man in his room.
Really?
I think it was about a year ago. He would stand in the corner and same thing, hat, trench coat, like exactly how you described him. And he was like a black figure. And he would get bigger and bigger. And he would get bigger and
that's like Conjuring type thing.
Yep. And he would get taller. And what I think that he does, from what I have researched about the Hat Man, is he feeds off of fear. Like that's how he gets his energy. But the fact that you had such a crazy interaction with him that he like fell onto the bed, like that is, I feel like kind of unheard of with the Hat Man, which is insane. And like, I wonder why he did that. Like, if you think now, why do you think that he did that? Like, was he trying to get your attention? Because you were fearful of him, so he had like enough energy in order to do that? Like, why do you think that happened? Because that is crazy.
Well, the thing is,
though,
you know, he feeds off of fear, but it didn't scare me.
Okay.
It ignited intrigue.
So maybe that's
curiosity.
Why. Yeah. So maybe that's why, because he wasn't getting the fear from you, and that's what he needed. Like that's what he needs in order. Like that's what he feeds off of.
Right.
So like with Hunter, like he was I think he was like 2 or like 2.5, 3 when he started like to see this man, and he would describe him just like you said, like trench coat, hat. And then eventually like I had seen him, and then I had a medium. She's a scryer, so Snow White, like mirror on the wall. She stares at a mirror and she can like go room to room and like clear out your house basically. And so she had said that Hat Man, like he stood in the corner and he fed off of Hunter's fear. And Hunter was fearful. So that's why he would get bigger and bigger anytime Hunter would make any sort of like, you know, indication that he was scared. He was feeding off of that fear and getting bigger and bigger. But with Hat Man, I've also heard that if you take enough Benadryl, you can see Hat Man.
I've heard that too. I don't know where that comes from. I didn't need any Benadryl as a kid.
I don't know. I think it's just because you hallucinate when you take too much Benadryl. But who knows?
But why do you see the Hat Man though in that instance? You know.
I don't know. And why is it him? Why is it the same guy? Like the same.
Yeah. Like who is that? Why does he appear in that form?
From what I know, he's not like he wasn't like an actual person that was alive. Like it's almost like he was like a shapeshift, like he's a shapeshifter. So the medium that had done the scry that had told me that like had confirmed that he was in Hunter's room, she basically like put him in like light jail, I guess is a way to put it, because when you have light, you can't have Hat Man, you can't have spirit. Right. In a way, especially spirits that are lower like that, because they don't like the light. So she basically like trapped him like in a light jail, and he hasn't been back.
Which is interesting.
Crazy. Yes, yeah. But Hunter described him exactly how you described him. And there's like books of Hat Man. Like, he is a legend. People see him all the time. And like, if they if you just weren't like, you weren't scared, so he didn't get like from you what he needed. And I think that that's why he like fell on top of you.
Unless, maybe he knew that he would set me on this path of wanting to figure out, what the paranormal is. 'Cause that's really what it did. That's what set me on this path of curiosity and obsession. Really.
Yeah. So tell me more about that. So you were 5. So then where did it take you after that? After Hat Man, Crazy Hat Man.
So after that, well, I guess around 6 or 7, I became really obsessed with horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Very like Chucky in specific.
That was my first horror movie I ever watched.
I saw a commercial for it at, I guess, 6, 7, I don't know. And I was just like, oh my God, that is awesome. I want everything to do with that. I want that doll. I want to watch the movies. My parents were like, no, please, God, no, don't like this stuff. And I was like, well, I do. It's awesome. I want to see it. And they didn't let me for years. But I mean, my dad let me watch the Halloween movies.
Yeah, those are
here and there. But Chucky, I think it's just because I was so obsessed with it. They didn't.
Yeah, where they're
like, no, this is a little scary.
No serial killers around
now
here.
I collect VHS tapes.
So, yes, that's right. That's right. I love Chucky though. But like I feel like there's a lot of truth to Chucky in ways, because like from what I know, when spirit passes and like they want to attach to something, dolls are the easiest thing for them to attach to because they look like humans. And so, yes. See? So
that's my Goosebumps doll from when I was a kid.
Okay, but I guarantee you that there's a spirit attached to that thing.
There's something in it for sure.
But you know his name, so what's his name?
Slappy.
Interesting. What does Slappy want from you?
I don't know, man. I was a huge Goosebumps kid.
Okay.
Also. So,
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Like ever since seeing the Hat Man, I've just been on this path of I love everything scary. I love everything paranormal. I want to know all about it, everything there is to know.
Yes.
So
no fear. No fear.
Yeah, no fear.
Okay, so tell me about, you have Wulf Paranormal Investigation. So tell me about that. How did you get that started, and what was your first investigation that you did?
So I've been kind of teeter-tottering with investigations like my whole life. I just never really pursued it. The name Wulf Paranormal came from, so back in the day, my friends gave me this nickname, Wolf Daddy.
Yes.
So it kind of stuck. And then for a while, I made dubstep music, and I was a dubstep DJ.
Yep.
And my name was Wolf Daddy. So during that time, I was like, okay, well, I want to do ghost hunting too. And I want to merge the two together. So I started Wulf Paranormal. Mm-hmm. And then I just quit dubstep because paranormal just took over my life.
So when you wanted to start ghost hunting and ghost investigation, what was your goal behind that? Did you just want to do it just to do it? Did you want to do it so that you could help other people believe in the paranormal? Like, what do you think that your motivation was behind wanting to start ghost hunting?
Definitely. Well, so what made me want to start YouTube specifically was the fact that I know all of this stuff exists. I know it's very real. And if you talk to people, they're like, oh, that's bull crap. Don't believe in that, yada, yada. And the reason most people believe that is because if you go on YouTube or turn on the TV, most people are full of shit.
Yep. Zach Bacon.
Yeah. And plenty of other YouTubers too.
Yep.
I don't want to say names, but I mean, I'm sure everybody knows who I'm talking about.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And I just got tired of seeing nothing but that on YouTube. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to make my own YouTube videos. I'm going to go out and do my own investigations and do it as true as I possibly can and show people that this shit is actually legit. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what motivated me to start. Okay,
so your first investigation, tell me where you went, the experience that you had, if you had any, and then tell me, I want to know about like the equipment that you bring. What do you bring when you go on a ghost hunt?
So it's ironic, really. I mean, the first investigation that I went to do as Wulf Paranormal to film was to this place called Ellicott City.
Okay.
St. Mary's College. It's like a ruin of a college. There's still like staircases in the forest.
Nice.
There's an altar from a church that's still standing.
Nice.
It's the only part of the church that's still standing, which is very weird. I've been there a few times just to like explore with friends, 2015, 16, 17. But in 2020 is when I started my channel. And I went to this place. It's funny. I just broken up with my ex-girlfriend and I was feeling really down.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start this shit. I'm just going to go do it. I'm going to go to this place that I know about, film whatever I can. It was in the broad daylight. I didn't really know like what I was doing. I don't want to go at nighttime by myself. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go there and just see what happens. I went there, and as I'm approaching the altar, there's these stairs that lead up to it. There was this guy walking down it, and I was walking up to it. And he asked me if there's any other buildings on the property that he should go see. I said, oh, yeah, there's a couple here and over there. Yada. I knew the place already.
Yeah.
And I went up to the altar, poured out my K2 meter, sat it on there. Because that's all I really had at that time was a K2 meter and a spirit box, and that's about it. And as I'm asking questions, he walks back up to me, and he's like, I noticed that you have this ghost hunting stuff. Are you here for that? I'm like, yeah, actually I am.
You're like, no, I just carry it around.
Well, I mean, he's just making conversation. And he's like, I do that too. If you want to ever collaborate or team up, we can do that. And it turned out to be Mike from Charm City Paranormal.
Okay, that's awesome.
And so me and him pretty much started together. But it's ironic that we met at that altar. He was coming down the stairs. I was going up the stairs.
Yep.
And from then on, we went on this fantastic journey together. And yeah, dude, it was meant to be.
Tell me what activity that you guys got when you guys were there.
So we investigated that place. I didn't upload anything from that place at all. It's on his channel still. But we went back there at night one night, and we got some pretty like dark things at the altar.
Yes.
And supposedly people come there like cults and do satanic rituals or whatever.
Yep.
And we definitely got evidence of that.
Mm-hmm. So tell me, I need to know.
I mean, it's been a while. It's been like 5 years, but I know we got the word demon a couple times. We got the word, I think, sacrifice and this and that.
Wow.
But we were both still very new at what we were doing. So, it was a very amateur investigation.
But still, you guys still got stuff.
We did, yeah.
That's awesome.
And there was people there that night too, walking in the woods, I'm pretty sure, which kind of creeped us out because it's in a sketchy part of Maryland.
Yeah.
Ellicott City is not the safest place, but
yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so let's see. So I want to know what your favorite investigation that you ever did, where it was, the activity that happened, your absolute favorite.
Man.
You can give me 2 if it's that hard.
I'll give you 2.
Okay.
I'll give you 3, actually.
There we go. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
My dog is like, my door is shut and all I see is her nose. And I just
like, I know you're in there.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so my favorite of all time has to be my first investigation of the Villisca Axe murder house.
Yes, I need to know all about that.
Oh my God, that night.
Were you alone when you were there?
No, it was me and Mike from Charm City.
So just you two.
Just us two.
That is great. Like just.
And we had driven out from Maryland all the way to rural Iowa in this small little weird town, Villisca.
Yes.
This little farmhouse. And we had known the story about it. 8 people murdered in their sleep with an axe, 6 of which were kids. You hear that stuff and you're like, that's terrible. Oh my God. But then when you actually go there and you see where it happens, you can see the axe marks in the walls. You're like, oh my God, this is.
And that was from the blade. So he's hitting them with a blunt end as he comes back like that. It's cutting in the ceiling, hitting the back of the wall.
a dark place.
So when you walked in, and you might not remember, but I feel like you do remember.
I do.
Do you remember how your body felt? Like, what emotions came up? Was your heart beating super fast? Did you feel the sadness? Did you feel the anger of whatever this person, like, what did you feel?
So when we first went in there, this was probably like 4 or 5 p.m. We got the day tour, like our own personal tour from Johnny Hauser, who was the previous caretaker. He got wrongly fired. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just putting that out there, wrongly fired. But he was an awesome guy. He loved that place to death. Like, he moved into the house next door just because he loved the house so much.
Oh, he took care of it.
And got evicted from there also. I'm not going to go into all that, but he's a great guy. When I first entered the house, he was very welcoming. I didn't feel anything at all.
Yeah.
In the house. It felt like just an old house.
Regular house. Okay.
Like, the feelings that I felt walking, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually here.
Yeah. Kind of like surreal.
You know? Yeah, it was surreal, because I've seen the house on Ghost Adventures and on TV since I was like 12 years old.
Yes.
So it's like, oh my God, I'm really in this house right now. This is just kind of insane. So we got the tour. Didn't feel anything at all.
Okay.
But later on in the night, when we were about to start investigating around 10 p.m., Mike and I's emotions both started to shift.
Okay.
Mine shifted into sadness, and his was shifting into anger.
Oh, okay. So you were channeling the victims, and he was channeling the murder. Wow, that's crazy.
I think his anger was coming mostly from, like, how could you do this to these people? You know?
Yeah.
And my sadness was just, of course, for the family that was murdered there. You know, it was very intense, and it came out of nowhere for both of us. And but we also, it's weird because Johnny Hauser told us, stay together, communicate well, because the house will try to split you apart. And we were both getting annoyed with each other. Mm-hmm. Like, over the littlest things. Mm-hmm. Like, he would say something or suggest something, and I'd be like, dude.
You're like, this motherfucker.
And like, I would like drop something, and he'd be like, it was just over things that we normally wouldn't get mad at each other about.
Right. Yeah.
But
your emotions are so heightened, like that's bound to happen, I feel like. But it's interesting that he said that, like, and he was right. Like, he
was very right. Yes.
I love that.
But him and I, like, acknowledged that, and we pushed past it. Mm-hmm. And eventually we moved upstairs, and we went into the attic where the killer hid before he killed the victims. The theory is he hid in the attic, and then when the family came home, he waited for them to go to sleep, came out of the attic, axed them all to death, and then did whatever. But so we were in the attic, and we were doing a spirit box session, and no one knows who the killer is.
Right.
He was never caught.
Right.
I said, so you can tell us your name? Like, what's your name? Talking to the killer, because supposedly the killer is still in the house.
Okay.
And Mike said, well, he's not going to tell you his name. And I said, I know, because he's a coward. And immediately after I said that, the spirit box that we had running, it said my dead best friend's name.
Oh, I remember you told me that.
Yeah. And he had died a year prior to the day.
Yes. Yeah, it was on his anniversary.
Yes.
That is insane.
Why don't you tell us your name? I know he's not going to. He's a coward. Okay. Remember how he said he's going to get personal?
Mm-hmm.
He just said my friend's name. It said his name clear as day, and it said it like in like a mocking tone.
Wow.
you know, and that really, like, I heard that in real time immediately. And I was like, okay. I turned the spirit box off, and I was like, dude, this is something else. This is like, how does it know that?
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
Johnny had told us that too when we were getting the tour, that this place knows you when you walk into the doors.
One of the last overnights got an EVP. Wouldn't tell me what it was. He said it's deeply personal, to where he had to like leave and collect himself and come back. And then he played me the other EVP he got, and it's just a woman saying a woman's name. I'm like, doesn't ring a bell historically. I don't know. He goes, no, man, this was my girlfriend in Texas 33 years ago. Her name.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
Well, house is the next game's mode now.
Wow.
It'll pick apart things from your brain and spit them out at you. And you just got to kind of deal with it.
You gotta be stronger than it. So do you think that the murderer, do you think that it was like, there's some, like Ted Bundy, like there's some mediums and some people that believe that Ted Bundy as a human, he was genuinely like that bad of a person. But then there's other like famous murderers that people believe that were like almost not necessarily possessed, but they had like an attachment at the time that like they made, like they did their murdering or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So do you believe that like whoever the murderer is or was, do you think that it was just a human who was possessed by this demon or this entity who was in the house? Or do you think that it was like the human was just like that bad of a person?
Well, there's a few theories about that.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, the killer supposedly was Reverend George Kelly.
Okay. A reverend. Interesting.
Reverend. Yeah. A reverend at, I believe, the church that the family attended that night.
Wow.
Like, they all went to church as a mass, and then they all went back to the house.
Wow.
And they had some overnight friends, and the friends were also killed. And I believe the Reverend was the only one to ever be put on trial for the murders.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was him that said this. It's been a little while since I researched the history, but I believe he said that he saw a shadow in the family's backyard that gave him an axe and told him to kill the family.
Okay.
And he was also a sexual deviant.
Okay.
So people think that it was sexually motivated, potentially. For some of the victims, the 12-year-old girl that was killed, Lena Stillinger, they say that she was like found propped up in a way, and her undergarments were across the room on the floor.
Okay.
So I think it was probably him.
Okay.
To be honest with you. But as far as him seeing a shadow and giving him an axe, I don't know. I mean, it's such a weird case.
From my experience, like when I was younger, I wasn't necessarily possessed, but I did have a lot of darker shadow figures that were around me and that were speaking to me. And
I did too.
Yes. And like at some points, like I remember, and my mom like remembers this very well, me like standing in front of her and being like, Mom, there's something behind you. It wants me to hurt you. But like, as far as a spirit being able to hold onto an axe and hand it to a person, I don't think that, I mean, that spirit would need to have a ton of energy, energy to hold an axe to hand it to somebody.
I think personally, whatever spirit possessed that whoever to do that to these people, it's still there. Because there was a ghost hunter in 2014 who went there by himself.
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever go to that place alone.
No.
Honestly. I mean, I've done solos in the house, but my friends were right outside the doors of the house.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me about that.
Yeah. So this guy flew there just to investigate it for one night. And in his words, to give the house a piece of his mind, because he knows how evil it is. He was sitting in the downstairs bedroom, which I call the blue room. And in my opinion, it's the worst room in the house.
Okay.
It makes me, it feels disgusting.
Okay, so how does your body feel when you walk into it?
Just ick. Just ick.
Okay.
Just filth. Just it's a different kind of evil.
Okay.
So he went, and this is where the two overnight girls, the Lena and Ina Stillinger, where the supposed assault happened. But he was sitting on the bed, provoking, antagonizing, and in his words, he looked over to his left, which is where the closet is, which the closet is right under the staircase that leads to the second floor.
Ugh. Why would they set it up like that?
It's a weird house. It's a weird house. But he saw this light, this orb, come out of the closet. And when he saw that light come out, he blacked out. And he woke up in the hospital. He had stabbed himself in the chest with his own hunting knife. And he died twice on the way to the hospital.
So how did they know? Like, how did anybody know that he stabbed? Like, how did they know that? Like, he was by himself.
I don't remember. I learned how. I don't remember exactly how. I think Johnny might have thought something was wrong, went in there.
That's cool.
Because Johnny was in contact with him, and I guess.
Oh.
I don't know the exact details, but
well, that would make sense. That would be because
Johnny lived right next door.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know if they had plans to meet up at a certain time or what. Maybe
he had to check in because he was by himself. So maybe he missed a check-in or something.
Right. So he went in there and I guess he found him and he had a knife in his chest and he was bleeding to death. So helicopter came and he died twice on the helicopter ride. But he luckily survived, and it's a real story. It's a real story.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, not amazing. It's terrible.
It is amazing. It's terrible, but my God.
I wish, and I don't mean this in a terribly morbid way, but I wish that he was recording because
I know.
What happened after the orb? The orb came out, yes, but the orb has to manifest into something else in order for him to be able to do that. What did it manifest into?
I will say, the night that we were there, the first night, I've investigated the house twice, and the first night was it's the craziest night of my life, paranormal wise, because there's this really weird experience that Mike and I both had. We were in the blue room. I was in the blue room, and he was in the living room, which is right outside the blue room.
Okay.
And we were about to walk towards each other, and go past each other into the other room. He was coming into the blue room. I was going to the living room, and we both stopped in the doorway, and we both saw this weird digital glitch in front of us.
Oh.
And we were like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
We both saw it.
Yeah.
It was a digital just imagine a Technicolor kind of just weird little glitch right in front of us.
Pixelated.
Pixelated. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was glitch in the Matrix.
A glitch in the Matrix. It's what it felt like. What the fuck was we both were whoa, what?
You're did fuck? You see that shit?
Yeah. And I'm what did you see? He's I saw this. I'm yeah, I saw the exact same fucking thing.
Wow, that's crazy.
So that place is my number one. Number two, man. Forest Haven Asylum in Laurel, Maryland. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's abandoned. You can't go there. It's in the woods.
Why is everything in the woods?
I know, right? But it's one of the places that I've investigated the most. I've been there probably at least 40, 50 times.
Wow.
Don't tell the cops, but...
Oh. Don't tell my dad.
Yeah, don't tell your dad. But I've been there a lot and had some amazing experiences there. Third...
No, tell me about those experiences.
Okay, so there's still hospital beds. So it's an old mental asylum for mentally handicapped people.
Okay. So do you know the years? You might not off the top.
It was it opened in the 30s.
Okay.
It was the 30s, and then it closed in I want to say 2004.
Okay. Do you know, were they giving lobotomies there?
I don't think so. I never heard that. But
Okay.
there was a place in New York where I went to and they did that and they kept people's brains in jars after they died.
Yeah.
Which
Terrible.
is yeah,
So-
that was Kings Park Asylum.
So at this asylum, were they you said disabled people. So in my head, they were doing terrible experiments on them, like think like shock therapy.
Not really experiments, but they were extremely abused.
Okay.
Extremely abused, and they were shut down for that reason.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, I mean there's plenty of buildings there. There's plenty of stories online. But there's one story in particular. This boy was found drowned in a bathtub at 6:30 a.m. and he was last seen in his bed at like 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So no one knows how he got into the bathtub. You know, I think he was in a wheelchair. So it's like, how did he get into that bathtub? How did he drown? You know, and we actually made contact with that kid on numerous occasions.
Oh, okay.
And we found the bathtub.
Okay,
And
tell me about the experience with him.
very sad. There's voices. I have his voice recorded in my videos.
You'll have to
saying-
send it to me, and I can probably add it.
Yeah,
in
sure.
the video.
There's one EVP saying, "Please don't hurt me."
Oh, sweet baby.
We feel terrible about what happened to you, and we just want to hear your side of things. Can you tell us?
Was your drowning an accident? Or were you murdered?
Could you try to tell us your name through the device that I set on the tub for you? Whoa, did you hear that? I just heard a kid.
I heard a voice before that knock.
I just heard one after it.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. That place really affected me.
Yeah.
For sure. And there's also something very dark there. Do you believe in elementals?
Yes, absolutely.
There's an elemental there. I don't know what it's called, what the name is, but he has like shards sticking out of him
Okay.
from like every direction,
Okay.
from what we were told from psychics.
Yeah.
And that place scared me half to death. But there's also, like I said, there was hospital beds still left over,
Right.
and they had names on them still.
Oh my God.
And one of the names was Clarabelle Braxton.
Murky waters.
What about this way? Am I going the right way again? Am I getting closer to finding you? There's a name on this bed.
There's a name? There's a name on this bed too, John Powell.
Is Clarabelle Braxton or John Powell here? If either one of you passed here, and
Whoa.
you're here with us right now, could you please come up and touch one of these devices in our hand?
Here, look,
They both
look.
just went off at the same time.
Holy shit. Are you both here? John Powell, are you here with us?
Mine's going off as soon as you said that. John, could you touch this again?
Wow. Okay. I just got
And-
full body chills when you said that name.
Yeah, she was awesome. She was a young girl, like we think maybe 5 or 6 years old. And every time we would come there, we would stop by her bed and talk to her, and she would always talk to us back.
Aww.
every single time without fail,
Aw.
to the point where she eventually followed Mike home, and Mike had to get help from a psychic to help her cross over, which I believe she did cross over, because after that happened, we went back to her bed and we got nothing else.
Wow, that's amazing.
After going there like 40 times.
Wow,
So
that's amazing. I love
Yeah.
that. All right, so this little boy, what was his name?
we think it was Jacob
Okay.
or Jacoby, one of the
Okay.
two. We got both answers. So
Yeah.
it's, it could be distorted
Right.
throughout the veil.
Yeah. Yep.
um,
Oh, there was my dog.
but I don't know if we were able to help him cross over. But there was one night in particular we were doing a Estes session. We both sat in the tub. when
Wow.
he passed away.
Wow.
Like, I had the headphones on, he had the headphones on. I listened, he listened. And there was just so much that came through. It's so much to cover. We have, little time, but
It's okay.
Tell
me some stuff. The important stuff. I mean, it's all important, but like the big stuff.
So we were trying to help him and he was coming through, but then something else came through that was more oppressive.
Yes. Yep.
And we believe that there is some sort of ultra negative energy at Forest Haven that kind of keeps control over the patients still.
Yeah. Makes sense. Which is why they're all stuck there
Yeah.
for the most part. Yep.
Yeah.
Jacob, is there someone here that's preventing you from leaving?
I expected you.
I take it you're the entity that's oppressing everyone here, not giving anyone a chance to leave or pass on their own free will. Why? Is it because you were made?
Stop.
Is it because you were made with a conscience without compassion? Is it because you aren't human? 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 What the fuck was
The
that?
battle?
Dude, Ethan,
What?
we gotta get, we're done.
What?
No, I just heard somebody, I said, let's pack up. We gotta get out of here now.
But that place is the most haunted place, one of the most haunted places I've been to.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. So tell me about this elemental. Like, what did you guys see it or feel
So-
it?
Mike could tell you more about that than I could.
Okay.
So Mike, he's kind of a psychic. I believe he is a
So are
psychic.
you?
He can see, well, kind of.
No. There's no kind of.
But Mike can actually like really see things
Okay.
like
So
in
you
his mind,
can with it.
and he spoke to other psychics as well, and they confirmed, what he was seeing before he told them what he was seeing.
Okay.
And it's some sort of just thing with crystals, spikes sticking
Oh.
out of him all over,
Interesting.
and that is the negative energy that kind of harbors.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
the elementals that I know, they're all light. Like they're all
Light.
positive. So that's interesting that there's negative ones. So I'm gonna have to do some research about that. 'Cause to me,
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, like I'm not the psychic. That's just what I was told.
but I love that. That makes me want
But
to.
it's interesting, it does kind of make sense when you go there.
Yeah.
There's always spirits asking for help to get out.
Yeah. And you guys did help somebody.
We did.
And
yes.
I feel like you helped the little boy. If you guys didn't fully cross him, you at least, and I know like when you go on investigations, because we've talked about it before, like you give the unconditional love that a lot of spirits need. And that is literally like the only thing that we need in order to cross over.
I think that is the most important thing when investigating is empathy and love, first and foremost.
Yep.
You know, spirits can recognize that. They can recognize your intentions.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you're just there to fucking, film and fucking scream and, just make a mockery of it all, then you're not going to get that good of evidence.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's why you get so much good evidence. Like, there's evidence, but there's also good evidence. And I feel like you get a lot of good evidence.
I've been told that a lot.
Yeah.
And people ask me, like, how do you get such good evidence? I'm like, just go in there with your heart wide open.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You don't go in with any ill intention at all. Yeah.
None whatsoever.
That's amazing. I love that.
But the third place, I'm torn between Hinsdale House in New York.
Tell me about both of them.
So Hinsdale House in New York, it's a very secluded, very, very secluded house up in the mountains of upstate New York.
Yeah.
We had no cell phone service there. We stayed there for 48 hours.
Wow. Okay.
And supposedly there was like ancient Indian Native American things going on there.
Yeah.
A massacre at some point.
Wow.
Supposedly that house was used by stagecoaches.
Okay.
And they were serial killers, and they kept the bodies in the house.
Yep.
None of that's confirmed. A lot of the history on the house is very spotty. But the house is very, very, very weird.
Okay.
It is so weird. The first night we were there, Mike and I, we heard this chanting outside of the house.
Ooh.
Like Native American chanting.
Ooh.
And it was the weirdest thing. Because Mike heard it first. And I'm like, dude, I don't hear it. I don't hear it at all. And then I got a ringing in my ear. In my left ear. And I'm like, oh, dude, I have a ringing. He's like, focus on the ring. Focus on the ring. So I focused on it. And then when it went away, I could hear the chanting.
Cool. That's sick.
That was the craziest thing ever. I'm like, yo, what? And like, we're laying like on the couches in the living room, just listening to like this army outside. Just,
yep. Wow. Did you hear drumming too?
Yes.
See, yes, because there's always drumming with chanting.
Yes.
Always.
And there's woods out back, and there's
Okay.
it's like a giving tree where people go and like offer things.
Okay.
And the house is known to have Native American experiences.
Yeah.
So that was just like, oh my God, I cannot believe we heard that. Like, and if we were reading the experience book, there's a book there that people write down their experiences in. You know what I'm talking about?
That's cool.
And there was numerous accounts of hearing chanting outside.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, and we didn't read that book until after we had heard that.
Yeah.
But the second night, we were filming in the living room, and we heard someone come in the front door, like someone jiggle the front door to try and come in, and we're
That's
like,
cool.
holy fuck.
And I'm also going to turn this thing on, set it on the couch.
Is the REM pod down here? What the hell is that?
What the fuck is that?
Hello?
Dude, what was that?
I have no idea. That creeped me the fuck out.
Every hair on my body is standing up right now. I thought something was fall. Did something fall? Like behind here? Maybe? No. Everything's set up to where it can't fall. What the fuck was that?
It almost sounded like the door.
You think somebody's outside?
I don't know.
Dude. I don't see anybody outside. And the door's locked. It did sound like the door.
Yeah.
That's what that sounded like.
So we went out there to see who's here. Again, we're in the middle of nowhere in the mountains of New York.
Right.
Went outside, and the floodlights were off, and they're motion detected. So nobody came up, and it's like, and that noise is on camera.
That's cool.
Supposedly the closet in the upstairs master bedroom is a portal.
Okay.
there's mirrors facing each other.
Oh
in the
no!
closet.
Why? Why?
I don't know, man.
No.
But the owners, when they gave us a tour, they told us that upstairs closet is a portal.
Wow.
And that got confirmed to us via Music Box and REM Pod. We told them to light it up if yes, leave it alone if no. And whatever spirit is in there confirmed that that closet is a portal.
Wow, the activity got.
All right, can you answer this question for me? If the answer is yes, light it up. Is this closet a portal?
What if it doesn't want to tell on itself? No way! One more time. Is this closet a portal? Holy shit.
So they can come and go as they please.
That is awesome.
Which makes sense because a lot of people go to that house and they don't have any experiences.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So it's like, I guess we caught it on a good night when spirits wanted to come through the portal.
Wow.
You know?
That is really cool. Okay, I have to pause this really quick because my computer's going to die, but I'm pretty sure if I just hit... Okay, sorry about that. Had to get my charger. All right, go ahead.
So, yeah, there's a lot of things that happened that night at Hinsdale House. But one of the things that really, like, shook me to my core was when I was reviewing the footage.
Yes.
I think this was the first night. It was the first night. We had just got done investigating, and we were getting ready for sleep. We both slept in the living room on each couch. And I set my camera down to, like, just film us getting ready for sleep.
Yeah.
Just to document it. And we said out loud, you know, ghosts, we're going to sleep. Please don't bother us while we sleep. You know, we'll be here all day tomorrow, all night tomorrow. Just let us be, let us sleep. And after I said that, there's an EVP that I captured, and it says, I'm watching you sleep.
See, I'd be like, no thanks.
I was home alone when I heard that, like in these headphones, and I was like, oh fuck no. I took them off. I was like, oh fuck no. That's
Did
crazy.
you have it recording like throughout the night?
Not throughout the night,
Okay.
but until we went to sleep, I had a recording. Yeah,
You
because
that you had like a weird dream that night. I feel like you
I
had
didn't.
a dream.
I didn't.
They might have wiped it maybe.
I didn't actually, because I was hoping that I would. Usually, I do have really weird, intense dreams. But
Yeah.
I just woke up as soon as I went to sleep.
And you actually slept.
Yeah, I actually slept. Yeah.
Yeah, I would not. I don't think I'd be able. I mean, I did things in my
And
room,
with-
but like they know. I give boundaries.
Yeah. So that house in the 70s, I think it was 73 or 74, they actually had a priest come and exorcise the house.
Okay. Yes.
And the couch that I slept on was in the exact spot where the priest exorcised the house.
Okay. So you were protected.
And it sucks because, like, the way I was laying,
Yeah.
there's a doorway directly ahead of me.
Oh no.
Directly ahead of me. So I had a sleeping bag. I just put it over my head and I just rolled over.
How did you guys even like? How did you even like? Like I would go to sleep during the daytime. Like I would not sleep at nighttime.
I don't know. I think, well, I had my laptop, so I think I just watched YouTube videos for a while, some funny, Family Guy or something. And when it was time, when I got super tired, I just closed it and took advantage of it. And
You're like,
yeah.
At least you put up a boundary though, because for the most part, spirit listens to boundaries, and then when you're dealing with like lower level negative energy, I'm not saying just demons, but like if you say like their names and then you give them a boundary, they're supposed to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they watched us sleep, which is
I feel like that's a given, but the fact that like they said we're gonna watch you sleep, like that's pretty cool.
And the fact that I have it recorded on camera and it's on YouTube,
Yeah, you'll have to send me clips.
I will.
Of like what we talked about, and then I can add them.
But it's like, why do you want to watch us sleep, you weirdo? Like, come on, dude, leave us alone.
I get like a rotating amount, like rotating spirit. When I was younger, it was a lot worse. Like I would wake up and there would be like 13 people like above me. And I don't know if it was because they were draining my energy from me. But for the most part, when I wake up and like I know that I was being watched, a lot of it is because they just want, like, they're attracted to your light. Like they see your light and they just like kind of flood towards you. But like with Hunter gets a lot of earthbounds around him at all times. Like he'll have like 13 plus spirits like lined up behind him because he's so light and he's such a light that they're drawn to that. They'll drain it from him. But I'm trying to teach him like to put up boundaries like what you guys did. But like they can still watch, but they just can't come into your energetic field and like drain you, basically. But,
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, totally. But yeah, so that place was crazy. But the third, this is where it was tied, which is a recent investigation from this year, actually. The Garnett House Hotel in Kansas. Oh my goodness. I did not expect to experience what we experienced there. We had poltergeist activity.
That's cool.
Times 4.
Yes.
2 of them were right in front of us, like literally. And it was all dolls that moved on their own.
My favorite.
Yeah. I mean, I love haunted dolls, but like when you see a doll move by itself, that is spooky.
Yes.
It's spooky.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And
feel sick though.
it's awesome.
So
I was so glad it happened, but
yes, it's
one of the only places that I've been to that has actually made me physically like shake.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because like even ask Blood Moon Paranormal. That's why I went with Blood Moon Paranormal.
Yeah.
And like at one point Zach was like, "Dude, are you all right?" I'm like, I don't know, man. This is fucking crazy.
I don't know. I'm fine, but like, whoa.
Yeah, because the first doll that fell, they didn't see it, but I heard it and I turned around and I see a fucking Raggedy Ann doll moving. I'm like, oh fuck no.
Wanted. Yeah, wanted.
We don't get that one too often. We've gotten it occasionally, but nothing too often.
Well, there was a lot of outlaws that would come here.
Yeah.
Are you a wanted man or woman? Oh my god, that fucking thing just fell off.
Just fell.
Holy fucking shit.
You're good.
Holy shit. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I got you.
Are you a wanted man or woman? Oh my god, that... Oh my god, that... Oh my god, that fucking thing just fell off. Holy fucking shit.
You're like, Annabelle, come back.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that's the second most recent video on my channel, 1858 Garnet House Hotel. But the second doll that we saw fall or move by itself, we had went downstairs into the parlor room, and we were just starting our session down there, and this Raggedy Ann doll, again, different doll, that had been sitting there all night, just decided to topple over right to our feet.
So I hear some working through here. I'm gonna go in.
Here. Take that, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the bathroom because
You go tinkle. Go piss.
Oh!
What the fuck?
You didn't touch that.
I didn't even get nowhere close to it.
Dude.
A second doll fell. Listen, I know this one, the camera angles are a little weird, a little wonky, and it's hard to tell, right, with the way both angles are. But look at the distance before. You can see how far away Emily was from the doll itself. She did not touch the doll. Us going near it didn't make it fall. And if you look at earlier footage from earlier in the night, that doll is sitting the exact same way it was an hour before. And we're like, what the hell is going on here, dude? And then we go back upstairs, and there's a different doll on the ground in a different room that was previously sitting in its perched spot. You know, who knows how long it had been there before we got there. And then towards the end of the night, there was one doll in particular that I kept asking it to fall or move or whatever, and it didn't. And I did a solo up there finally on the second floor, and I walked into that room. I'm by myself. I'm like, okay, well, this doll's still sitting where it's, been sitting. I would like it to move. I walked back into the other room, ended my session, and then came back out, and that doll was on the ground. Or not on the ground, but it was sitting on a ladder, up top on a ladder.
Okay.
It had fallen down like 2 steps and was laying on its like curved on its back on like the second step from the ground.
Wow. Okay, so when you think about those dolls, do you think that each doll was possessed or whatever by one individual spirit?
I don't know.
Or do you think it was a spirit that was coming into the room and knocking the dolls down itself?
That's what I think. At least for the first 2 dolls, because like we actually saw them, and if you watch the footage, it looks like something just like tugs it down.
Okay, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome.
It was a interesting place for sure, and
I love that.
we were gonna spend the night there, but no.
I don't think your nervous system would have been able to settle.
No, I would have a heart attack probably. I'd be trying to sleep on a couch and because there's dolls everywhere in every room,
and they're all staring at you.
You know, if a doll fell on me as I'm sleeping, I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm gonna die that night.
Heart attack there.
Right then and there.
Call the ambulance. I love that though.
And it's crazy because I've heard stories about this house, and sometime earlier this year they had at least 3 911 calls to that house in 1 month, and it's due to people feeling they're gonna have a heart attack, or they hear someone come into the house and they go in through each room.
Okay.
And people think the house is being robbed, or there's someone like some crazy person.
I'm sorry, you're going into a haunted house and you're gonna call 911 because you think somebody is breaking in.
I wouldn't do it, but I mean, people do it. But I mean, it must sound that real to the point where oh my God, there's someone in this house.
Yeah, that's true.
But then there's no one there.
That's cool though. I like that.
And I think that is the most haunted house in Kansas that I've been to. At least I've been to Sally House as well.
Yeah.
I think Sally House is very overrated. I don't think it's as haunted as they say it is. And I think part of that is because of certain YouTubers that have gone there and blew the place up,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, Sally House is cool. We got some stuff there. Something on the spirit box told me that it would kill me. But that's the usual. It's
You're
whatever.
Like, bring it.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'm still alive, so.
If it's my time. It's my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I know where you work. Obviously, we don't have to say where you work, but I know that you work in a hotel. I guess.
I work in a hotel. I work where the Green Power Ranger died.
Yes. So I know that you've had a few experiences at the hotel. Tell me about however many that you want to tell me.
So one in particular, the one that creeped me out the most.
Yes.
So I was sitting in the back office. I had the lights turned off in the back office. The lights in the lobby were still on, and the doorway to the back office was propped open. Mm-hmm. So the light from the lobby was shining onto the door. And if you walk towards that door, you can see like your shadow reflect on the door.
Yeah.
I was sitting back there one night, and I heard someone walking in the lobby. So I looked up, looked at the cameras, didn't see anybody, looked at the door and saw a shadow approaching the door and footsteps getting louder.
Wow.
Looked back up to the camera, no one's there, and then the shadow on the door is gone.
Wow.
And I saw the shadow clear as day. I wasn't sleep deprived or anything like that.
Right.
I saw it.
Asleep at the desk.
No, but it happens. But
fine.
Not that night though, and it was very creepy. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" But there was another night. We have this table set out in the lobby with a water dispenser you can get water from, and there's like a stack of plastic cups that sits next to it.
Yeah.
I was on the computer just typing away, and I hear a shh. And I look up, and that plastic cup is rolling on the ground towards me. So that plastic cup was sitting on the table, and it just flew off.
It was like, get the fuck out of here.
And I mean, I'll also see, shadow figures in the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
There's a frosted glass panel next to the front desk. I'll see like shadows dart past it, numerous times a night. And it's always in the peripheral vision. It's always in the corner of my eye.
Yeah. So when you start to focus on the shadow figure, it goes away.
Yeah.
I'd like, see, that's what I'm used to from when I was a kid.
Yeah. I've never seen one there directly.
Okay.
But I have seen direct shadow figures at other locations.
Yeah.
One of which being Edinburgh Manor in Iowa. Sorry to divert from the hotel, but
no, please.
This is one of my favorite paranormal experiences I've ever had in my life. It scared the shit out of me. This is the night before Villisca, the first Villisca investigation.
Okay.
We had just gotten there. We had checked in, and we had the hotel for probably, I would say, over 24 hours. We checked in at 3 p.m., and we were going to check out the next day, whatever time, because they didn't have a booking the next day, so we could stay there as long as we wanted to.
Yeah. So
we had checked in. We were all good, had the whole place to ourselves, and we were just walking around on Instagram Live, showing people the location.
Yeah.
Broad daylight outside. Mike was in one end of the building. I was in the other. I was in the men's wing. He was in the women's wing. And I'm walking down this hallway on the first floor towards a room at the end of the hallway where a man unalived himself, I guess you could say, on here.
You can say it. It's okay.
He hung himself on the
Okay.
on the door handle.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, weird,
That's
right?
interesting.
Yeah. And it's the door on the very end of the hallway, last door on the left. I was walking towards that room, and I said jokingly to the live stream, I said, if anybody sees anything suspicious, let me know.
Yeah.
And then I chuckled. And then I started walking into that doorway, the door frame, and I looked to my left back down the hallway where I just came, and there was a 7-foot tall, pitch black, just silhouette of a person just standing there looking at me. And I was like, oh my fucking God. And I jumped, and I'm like, like when you see something you're not supposed to see,
Yep.
you're like, oh shit, I'm sorry.
You're like never mind.
Yeah. I looked, I was like, oh my fucking God. Oh shit. The vibe down here is totally different. If y'all see anything suspicious, let me know. Holy fucking shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, dude. I just saw a fucking figure standing in this hallway. A shadow person.
No.
I swear to fucking God. I was showing them the room where the guy hung himself. I turned around, and there's a fucking figure standing in the fucking hallway.
What?
I swear to God, dude. Oh my God, I have goosebumps.
I heard you all the way down here.
Oh. And the way that I could see him was, so in hospitals how they have those doors that that open and close like this. So one door was closed and one door was open.
Okay.
He was in front of the door that was closed, and
Okay.
there's a window
Yeah.
in that door.
Yeah.
I could see the outline of his head
Okay.
and the outline of his shoulders and his arms, like the
Okay.
space between his arms and his torso.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw instantly. I was like, oh my fucking God. So I was like, what do I'm at a dead end hallway.
Yeah.
I have to walk past this thing to
You're
get
like,
away. I was like, oh my God, what the hell? So I walk past it, and I'm yelling, and Mike comes around the corner like, what's going on? I'm like, dude, I just saw I can send you the video of it. Because I saved the video from the moment
I want to see
I
it.
saw it. Yeah, I'll send it to you. But yeah, that place was amazing.
That
And
is
it was the night before Villisca, so that whole trip was just jam packed with
ghosties.
Unforgettable experiences. for
Ghosties
sure.
and demons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're demons or not, but
I
you
feel
know.
like it's very rare to encounter a demon, but a lower level entity is the way that I like to put them.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I mean, negative, but I mean, the way I look at it is, if a person is evil in life,
Yeah.
I think their ghost is going to be evil as well.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't know if I would call everything that's negative a demon.
No,
I
definitely.
feel like way too many YouTubers do that.
Zach Bagan.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't think it's a demon to him.
And too many people that want to be Zach Bagans
Yes.
do that. So it's like,
Yep. Yeah.
you're just copy and pasting things that you've heard on TV, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. And it gives demons a bad rep. Let's be honest.
Well, it gives all ghosts a bad rep. You
Yeah.
know, it gives every spirit, every location.
Yes.
You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because my next video that I'm working on right now is Pythian Castle.
Okay.
And when we went there, we took the day tour.
Okay.
And the tour guide said to the whole group, they were like, and by the way, I know you guys probably watch Ghost Adventures. There's no demons here. Don't listen to Zach Baggins. He's full of shit.
Yep.
And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Hell
You're
yeah.
like, I agree. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
I love that. Okay. Do you play host now? Do you have any questions for me?
So what got you into paranormal?
That's a great question. Well, I've told you before. I was scared of everything my entire life growing up, my childhood. My dad is a police officer, and my mom, she's very fearful of everything. She believes in everything, but she's very fearful of it. And I don't know exactly what the switch was, but I more so started like spiritual wise. I started diving into Buddhism for some reason. I was very obsessed with Buddha. And I started researching that, found a lot more spiritual things and some, things that I shouldn't talk about right now.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I was introduced to the dark before I was introduced to the light, I guess you could say. I was taken to many doctors. I remember asking the doctor why I wasn't being diagnosed schizophrenic. I would sit in therapy and I would draw like the shadow figures that I would see. And basically I was told that it was my anxiety manifesting into these things, which there's some truth to that. If you dive into the mental health aspect of spirituality, yes, that does happen. But my vibration was so low, I was attracting the dark rather than the light.
And that can definitely happen for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. So I was fearful. I couldn't even walk into a room by myself when I was young. That's why we got dogs when I was little, so that I felt more comfortable walking into a room by myself. But now I know that like when I would walk into a room, I was so overwhelmed with the feeling of whatever spirits were in the room or around me. Like if I was by myself, I would be able to feel them, and it overwhelmed my nervous system so much that like I just could not handle it. But I didn't understand it at that time. And obviously like my mom, she did her best. She didn't know. So she took me to psych doctors. And so I was on meds from when I was 7 up until I was about 21, 22. And I was more so numb, I guess, in a way. I still had spiritual experiences, dreams. I would wake up with people just like above my bed trying to talk to me, but I kind of just tried to block it out because I believed that it was just my anxiety manifesting into itself. And then when I had my son, he is pure magic, like he is pure light, and he started to have more experiences. He saw my grandfather, which he'd never met before. When he was about 1, he would say, "Mommy, Grandpa Chris does this. He does this." And I was like, okay. So when I was younger, when I was a dancer, my grandpa would sit in the audience and he would do that to me, and it means I love you in sign language. And the fact that like Hunter saw my grandpa doing that, like there's no pictures of my grandpa doing that, like nothing, and he would like word for word just like spit stuff out, and I'd be like, okay. I'd be like, it's time, like I gotta no more fear, no more. So I think really just like becoming a mom, there was life is so much more like we should be more fearful of life than we should be of paranormal things is really
Yes.
like what
Exactly.
I have concluded really.
And there's also a lot of truth out there, you know. I mean, you can ignore it or you can learn about it.
Exactly, yeah. But I
You
think
know?
that like my mental health journey was a big, big thing for me. And I think that my lesson and my job right now is to not let Hunter, I guess, be raised in fear the way that I was raised in fear, and to let him know that like you have control, you can set boundaries, you can do this, you can do that, and you don't need medicine to like shut you down. Basically.
Right. Yeah.
But like I said, I was scared of everything. When I was young, I think I was 11 or 12 when I watched my first scary movie, which was Chucky. And I was terrified of it. I didn't sleep for weeks. Like I remember I was at my old best friend Lexi's house, and I was terrified. Her house was haunted as fuck, like so haunted, and I was terrified, absolutely terrified. But I don't know what the switch was. I really, honestly, I can't pinpoint it. I just think that it was becoming a mom, and that was much more scary than anything on the planet.
Yeah.
So
That's,
that
that's
was
true.
it. Yes. Yeah.
I also think like there comes like a unwritten point in your life where that flick just switches.
Yep.
And the fear kind of goes away.
Yeah.
You know, because even when I was younger and I was still intrigued with it all and I'd already seen ghosts, I would go to friends' houses that were haunted, and I'd be scared shitless to sleep in that house.
Come pick me up.
Yeah.
No, you need to pick me up now.
I didn't want to be there. I didn't want
Nope.
to be anywhere near ghosts.
Nope.
But
And
at
I
some
remember,
point,
I can remember like scenes, not so much in my house. I do remember things in the basement, and I remember like obviously my room, things like coming and going. One specific entity I can remember which I would draw in therapy. But the basement, our basement, still to this day freaks me out a little bit. Like, you know that feeling when you run up the basement steps and something is chasing.
I still do that sometimes.
Exactly. It's typically, to be honest with
it
you,
never goes away.
No, it's typically you have trolls. If you believe in trolls, and like if you believe in the fairy world, trolls can give you that sensation of like, I need to run up the steps. So I have made friends with the troll in my basement, but he still makes me uncomfortable.
What do you think about puckwudgies?
Tell me what that is.
I don't know exactly what they are, but I know Mike had one in his house.
Okay.
There's these little like dwarf gnome things, but they're like evil gnomes. I don't.
Yeah. So so in the fairy dimension, there's like light fairies and dark fairies. So that would make sense because then there would be light gnomes and dark gnomes. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess they live in the forest, from what I've been told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You have to go into a portal in order to like be with them.
Yeah, I've never quite delved into that whole territory.
The fairy world?
The fairy, yeah, I guess you could call it that.
The fairy world is tricky. Even with the light fairies, like you don't want to piss them off because they will steal your stuff. Like they will take your stuff. They will like they're very interesting.
That's the thing. Like puckwudgies are supposed to like try to make your life a living hell.
Yeah, I mean, so
from what I've been told,
you have to like be. It's more so. Yes, I do 100% believe in that. I mean, it's the same thing as like river spirits, like with elementals, water spirits. You can tell the river spirits like the name of somebody, and they will like. It's just like the crows. Like they will make sure that like this person that you're telling them gets their karma, basically. Okay. So to me, it's like, yes, these what do you call them?
Puckwudgie.
Puckwudgie. So yes, puckwudgies can make your life a living hell, but it's more so like, do you deserve it?
Mm.
And it all usually like comes back to karma and intention. I feel like they're not going to just fuck your life up just because like you either meant to harm them. You went in with the intention that like, I want my life fucked up because I want to see what you can do. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Does that make sense? Nothing is out
It does, yeah. I believe in karma 100%, and I believe karma in the spirit world, it's very
Exactly.
intertwined.
I don't believe that anything is out there to get us just because. Like, there's either a lesson that we need to learn, which is why these things are like, coming towards us or whatever. Like, something needs to be.
Kind of like why, some people get fully possessed.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah. So possession is hard. I feel like full on possession is extremely rare.
Yeah.
Your vibration has to be extremely, extremely low. But like, we all have spirit teams. We all have spirit guides. So like, we also have to think, why would our guides allow that? Why would, I know a lot of people that work with Archangel Michael. Why would Archangel Michael allow that? What is the lesson that needs to be learned? Whether it's your lesson that needs learned, whoever is like going to try to help you get through that, what is their lesson that they need to be learned, like that they need to learn? It's all confusing, and I feel like until it happens to you or like somebody that you love, like, you just don't know. There's just so much unknown.
That's the thing, there's just so much unknown, but that makes it all the more intriguing.
Yes,
because
exactly.
I want to know it all.
Exactly. Yeah, I fully believe that like a lot of things have to do with vibration. So like, if you're at a low vibration, just like I was when I was a kid, you're gonna attract low vibration things. But if you're at a higher vibration, you're gonna attract higher vibration things. So it just depends.
I think as a kid, I had a pretty high vibration, much higher than I do these days. I'll tell you that.
But I feel like you were being tested in ways, like especially with Hatman, and like that experience was meant to happen so that you weren't fearful of everything. Like you needed to know that you weren't fearful so that you could go into this field and that you could have these experiences and share them, and then share the love that you give all of these spirits at these investigations. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yay.
And it definitely sent me down the path.
Exactly. Yeah.
A follow-up story that I forgot to tell you about regarding that same house.
Yes.
So the house is abandoned now.
Okay.
It has been for probably at least 10 years. Back in 2020, summer of 2020, my friends and I were all at my house. We're all hanging out. And I was like, hey, do y'all want to go see a haunted house? Because I knew the house was abandoned.
Yeah.
So we all got in the car, drove down to the house. We walked to the side window that I knew would be unlocked because I've been there a couple of times before.
Yeah.
And it was just my friend and I. His girlfriend and someone else stayed in the car. So my friend and I walked up to the window. I had my mom on FaceTime because I knew she wanted to see the house, probably, So I opened the window and I peeked my head in, and I'm shining my light up the stairs with her on FaceTime so she could see up the stairs. And we hear a loud boom come from the upstairs. It sounded like someone took a 2x4 and hit the wall. So we run away, get in the car, drive away. And Mom's like, you got to go back. Like, what the hell? That was crazy.
I love your mom. She's like, come on.
She's awesome. She's awesome. She's like, you got to go back. Like, what are you doing?
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, Mom. So we went back to the house. My friend and I went back up to the window. And I'm shining my light up the stairs, trying to see. And at the very top of the staircase is where the bedroom is that I saw happen.
Yeah.
Like, very first top room in the top of the staircase.
Yeah.
I'm shining my light up, and my friend's standing behind me. And all of a sudden, I hear him scream. I turn around, and he's booking it back to. He's already halfway back to the car. I'm like,
no way.
What the fuck? Like, what? Why? So I run back to the car. I hop in, and he is crying. Like, he has tears in his eyes. And he's not a ghost person. He does not fuck with this shit at all. He likes scary movies, but real shit.
The real stuff, he's like, no.
So I'm like, what happened? Like, what did you see? And he told me that when I was shining my light up the staircase and I was panning it around, it was shining into one of the bedrooms upstairs.
Yeah.
And when the light shined into one of those bedrooms, it illuminated a figure in the window looking at him.
Oh, he was like,
So I asked him which window it was.
Yeah.
And it was the window to the bedroom where I saw Hatman 20 years earlier.
Wow. So do you think it was Hatman, or do you think it was somebody else?
He didn't say he had a hat on.
Okay.
He said it was just a black figure standing in the window looking at him.
Wow.
So, but what are the odds,
Right. Yes. Yeah.
3 people have seen a figure in that room as
Interesting.
far as we know.
That's interesting.
Oh my God! I didn't get to the juice of this place. So after we had moved out, so the house is near Pax Naval Base,
Yeah.
which is the big naval base in Southern Maryland. Two brothers. The house was a duplex.
Okay.
Two brothers had moved into this house, and they each lived on both sides.
Okay.
And within a short period of time living there, they both shot themselves
Wow.
in the house.
Okay.
The family that had lived there with us while we lived there, the husband had a heart attack in the house and
Wow.
died. And then the neighbor, he was an elderly man, not too old, but he was, an older guy. He'd always babysit me, and he was really cool, really nice. While the house was abandoned after the suicides, he would take care of it. And he was going there to check on something one day, walked in the front doors and had a stroke and died.
Wow.
So it's like, after we had moved out, experienced all this stuff, all this death started happening in the house.
Wow.
So I think we got out in the right time.
Right in the nick of time.
I think we got lucky. I mean, like I said, that ghost would turn on our gas stove by itself.
Yeah, that's really scary. Like, that is
Yeah.
so not safe. And then you said your mom had a candle and he like lit the candle.
Lit the candle. Like, how do you even do that? That's some exorcist
that
type
is
stuff.
insane. Yeah, you guys are lucky that you guys got out when you did, because that does not seem safe at all.
No, I mean, I can see why the house is abandoned now. No one wants to live there.
Right.
I went back there a few years ago, and the house is completely gutted inside. And I think in 2017 or 18, it sold for, I mean, it's a huge house.
Yeah.
It sold for $66,000.
Did you hear the number that you said?
66. Yeah.
Which, I mean,
It's worth $400,000,
wow.
and it's sold for $66,000.
They were like, we really just need to get this the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
They just should demolish it. But even then, like, whatever is,
I want that house.
you do,
I want it. I need to own it, and I would love to open it up for paranormal investigations.
that would be really cool.
Remodel it and all that. But it was put on auction earlier this year in January.
Yeah.
And I think someone got it, some contractor, some company.
Yeah.
So I think they're probably going to demolish it, or I heard they're going to turn it into a little mini apartment building, which I think is insane. You should not do that at that place.
Probably not.
But
They don't know. You could write them a letter.
I could, yeah.
Write them a
Yeah.
letter and just be like, just so you know.
I don't think they believe me, but it's worth a shot, right?
But if they didn't, at least you gave them the warning.
Yeah, I guess
You know
so.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at least you did that part.
I'd be like that crazy person in the movie, like, get out! You don't want to be here.
Everybody's like, this dude is fucked.
he's crazy. And
He's
then
on shrooms or something.
he turns out to be the right person at the end of the movie.
Literally, right? Yeah, the one that saves everybody.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, Ethan, anything else that you want to share? I want you to, if you can think of anything, and then after share all your socials and how to like get in contact with you, and then like your YouTube, which I will tag below too.
Sure. So any last messages? If anyone's watching this and they want to get into the paranormal, do it for the right reasons. Do it because you really have empathy in your heart. You want to help the spirits. You want to give them a voice. You want to meet them because they are real people. And approach every investigation with empathy and love. Don't do this for clout. Don't do it to get famous or to be the next Sam Colby, Zach Baggins.
Fuckers.
Yeah. Don't do it for the wrong reasons. This is a very serious field. It's very real. And empathy and love.
Yes. Beautiful. I love that. All right. Share your socials.
So across all socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, YouTube.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'd never use it anymore, but it's all Wulf Paranormal, Wulf with a U, like right there.
There you
Wulf
go.
with a U. And And if anybody wants to message me any questions or whatever, I always respond to DMs. So
I love that. Yeah.
I'm not a snobby person. So
No, not at all. Whoops, not at all. I love that. Well, I appreciate you. I'm very grateful for you. Thank you for being my second guest, number two.
of course, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate
And
it.
don't send me the clips, and I will add them. And then before I post this, I'll send it to you too. I'm gonna try to do it right now once we.
I got you.
Thank you, Ethan.
All
Bye.
right. Thank
See you
you.
later.
Love you all. Peace.
Love you. Bye.